What made y'all want to start this?
Well, we believe I like that you're asking us the question.
Oh wow! Ain't
Listen
nobody never
to that.
asked questions.
A real boss if
You the
you
first. Cheers to
ask
you.
the question.
Oh yeah, gotta ask.
Okay, the reason why we want to start this was because we were two business owners, bosses. We call ourselves bosses, but boss means business of strategic success. So we were two bosses that just hit a stuck point, or we were trying to uplift one another. Like I had a hard time, she had a hard time, but you have to have somebody to uplift you during those hard times. And if you don't have anyone surrounded by you that understand what you're going through, pretty much you're going to either quit or hit rock bottom. And I've seen a lot of businesses fail from that. And so with me being a tax professional, I have people that come to me with a lot of losses. And I'm trying to figure out why all these people have losses every year and why they're not receiving loans, why they're not receiving grants, why they're not receiving the necessary things that it takes for them to succeed. Most of the time people are not born with a silver spoon in their mouth or who are entrepreneurs
Mm-hmm.
or sorry y'all, or if it's not them being an entrepreneur, they don't know how to get it because we're not surrounded by lawyers in our churches, we're not surrounded by CPAs in our churches, we're, you know what I'm saying, churches where we go and get most of our word, community, knowing exactly. And so we're giving this out for free because we know God got a way to bless us for giving this out for free. Now we were going to charge to advertise, but we decided not to because we felt like it's so many people out here that would like to um get to know my audience, Miss Angela audience. And so we're utilizing our followers, our friends to let people know what is out there for them because you may have things that I need. So like me and Miss Angela were talking about gardening today. I was like, girl, this
Yeah.
grocery, this inflation
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was
is
just going to
oh,
plant some fresh vegetables. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, I don't have a garden. I said, girl, if you don't go to Lowe's and get you the lawn planters and put your stuff in some planters, you don't have to have a garden.
she told me that this morning, and I totally forgot that you were going to be on the show, Mr. Gardner Goose. So enough about us. Miss
What's
Angela,
wrong
how
with
I
you?
even talk to you today? I'm so sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. But my journey, it's been a good journey. I came from a hustler. My dad was always out there hustling. He always told us growing up, always have seven streams of income. And that's just one thing I've always lived by. And I try to always do myself is keep seven streams of income. I mean, my dad grew up, he was military, he was a pastor. He also had a pest control business. He was a custodian. You name it, he did it. And when he did it, he made, he has three girls. He made us do it. So whatever he did, we had to do. And that hustling grind is just still in me. It instilled in me. And it just made me want to go get it.
Mm.
Mm.
What you drinking over there?
Girl, just a little wine. That's it. You
Brought
know,
to you by.
just what did you say?
Brought to you by.
Hey, one day I was like brought to you by McDonald's. I was just sipping my tea.
There you go.
Yeah, but yeah, and FYI, everyone who's always looking and listening to us, this is Boss Lifestyle. We are here to advertise, market people, businesses. So if you ever would like to come on, y'all just inbox us. We'll be glad to have you on our show on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Tonight we had a special request for 8 o'clock by me. Um, I had so many meetings and got tied up. So
It
we
worked out perfect.
yeah, it worked out perfect for all of us, I believe. So, listen, if you want to be on, you can be on, free of charge. We're not charging you, and this is just for you to let people know who you are because on the internet nobody knows who's behind that brand or how authentic people brands are. So sometimes you need to just have that customer service or meet that person who is selling you products. We look at pictures all day, but how many people know that you can fabricate pictures anytime? So it's great to be able to communicate with people and talk to people and show people what you have, what you offer, things of that nature. So we have a special guest for y'all. So enough about me. Mr. Gardner Goof. I am not gonna lie because I've looked at your name on here so many times. I want to say you said Marquise.
Mhm.
Ooh, God gave
Yeah,
me a brain, didn't
I
yeah.
think I don't know why I feel like we went to school together.
So
he?
you're from Douglas?
I
Hold
think we
on,
went to school together, Michaela.
you from Douglas?
No, you didn't go to Newton or Alcovey.
Stop playing.
You had. I mean, that's the only reason why we
I
Facebook.
did,
Yeah,
Marquise. I
yeah.
played basketball and soccer. I was, cinnamon.
Of course, I know Cinnamon.
That's my
Denise,
bestest friend in the whole wide world.
I know
Oh,
Cinnamon.
we
Goodness.
over here today.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Trelawney, where
Well, I stayed in Cypress Point
Cypress Point. Cypress Point. That's over there by Covington. I mean,
in the 162.
one into 162. Um,
That
like
four way.
it's the new ones over there, like Johnny's Pizza, stuff like that. I go all the way the other way.
If you go down 162, just from Burger King and the Burger King's on your left hand side, you go
Yep.
all the way down
Point
162.
over there by
Before you get to the end of that four way, all the way to 162, I'm the neighborhood to the left. Well, I was the neighborhood to the left.
and so
Okay.
you still live in Newton County?
Yeah, and we all went. Me and Cinnamon went to school. We graduated same school together. Denise, brother, all that
Uh,
stuff.
my
Oh,
mama was bougie
Mm.
and stay across the street from East Side, so I had to leave. I couldn't drive all the way out there to Alcovia on my little gas and Zaxby's. It was real.
I wanted to go to I like Newton, but Alcova was all right. It was all right.
Look at Miss Angela, like I want y'all to hurry up y'all little life story.
girl, we done we connected with the classmates now. I'm all with
He's in class reunion.
class reunion online. I'm all with that.
Oh yeah,
I
It's
yeah.
nice to see what people are in life. I love that. I love it.
Nine?
I said I love seeing what people are in life. I love it.
You 09, right?
oh nine.
Yeah.
Oh nine.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
y'all some babies. I'm class of 1989.
Mm,
Mm.
and 2 years later.
Hey, what they say about never get I don't remember that slogan. Something about finer with time like old wine or something.
Of course.
Something like that.
Of course.
I'm trying to catch it. I'm
No, we
trying.
young. We don't remember the old sayings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
what do you do? What tell us about your story. What do you do and what inspired you to do this?
Um, the reason why I got into it is because I had a um, I don't know. I just like at the time it was 2015, 2016, and I just liked the garden, and I had a really tiny backyard, so I just tried it out, and my fascination was more from the aloe because I tried to figure out why I kept dying, but it wasn't necessarily dying; it was just regrowing itself. And my neighbor gave me a mint, and it was dying, or I thought it was dying, even though mint is a weed, so it doesn't
Hmm.
die. Um,
Hmm.
but it was just my curiosity, just being really curious about all that stuff. And from that curiosity, I just posted it on Facebook a lot. I'd show the beginning of it growing from the seed to regrowing things like leeks, uh, um, collard greens from, how you go to the store and buy collard greens.
Uh-huh.
Once you chop off everything that you're going to use to cook, you can re-put that stalk back in the ground and do regrow some more collard greens.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, that's good to know.
this
Okay.
Hmm.
good
Always
inflation.
we've always had a garden growing up. My dad to the day still has a garden, so that's something I'm very familiar with. I
Hmm.
know, and everything has its own season also.
Hmm.
Like we'll do all of our fruits and vegetables, and once it got cold, we would clear the land again. We would do like our potatoes and our peanuts and stuff.
Oh,
But I'm just a little country girl too. We grew up with a garden.
I
yeah.
did too now.
Yes, I loved it, loved it.
I did not.
Wow.
I didn't touch a garden anything until like 23, 24.
Mhm.
I'm about to I'm posting the picture. I'm about to post the pictures of your gardens that you've done, so people can know that you're no joke.
I started just doing actually my friend he basically bought all the materials and it was just some Walmart stuff. And from there the interesting part about my business was trying to figure out how to make money off of it because I couldn't I couldn't really, well, let's say it like this. If you're a baker, you can look at your competition and be like, all right, my cakes are around this price. But I couldn't do that because most of the people that I knew cut grass, and I couldn't charge $45 to $60 to build a garden because that could just be the dirt and the plants alone. That's not even the wood. So I
So
had,
that you build the gardens.
oh yeah, I build gardens. I bring the soil.
Okay. Okay. Come
Yeah,
on up to Millersville then. Come on to Millersville.
oh yeah. Look, I didn't travel. The farthest I didn't went all across Georgia. The farthest I didn't went so far is South Carolina and Tennessee. I've had people interested. I had people, you know how people are. They like the window shop to the max. So I've had people interested in me in North Carolina, Texas, Florida, Alabama, New York, uh, Connecticut, California, just a lot of those places because I done went viral a few times on the internet. So
Okay.
a lot of people have seen me do my stuff. Yeah, um, that was actually my first time making that. So that was
Wow.
interesting.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
very well. Have you considered doing a contract with the grocery stores with the items that you grow?
Well, I want to. I
One of
don't.
your stores?
Yeah, yeah. I want to do that once I get the area to do it. I actually had a cool idea. I don't know if I should put this on the internet, but it's all good. Ain't nobody gonna do it because everybody lazy. But you know how people do microgreens?
No.
You know the little greens that people kind of put in their closet, and then when they get to a certain height, they'll sell them to Walmart.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, so in my head, I'm imagining doing the same thing, but with any other plant. Like if I get corn, I just do the same thing. It should regrow, and I
Okay.
should a million starter plants. So in my head, I wanted to. You said something about talking to stores, and I wanted to try this Walmart up the street because I'm in Covington. So yeah, my vesties. That's what I got on. I make those as well.
Oh wow.
So, but I get on that in a few seconds. But I want to go to Walmart, and everybody know Walmart is known for their great value section. So I want to see if I can bring plants that are already started. Um, if they got some extra containers, or if I can figure out an eco-friendly version of it, and they just have a great value plants section, and
Okay.
that's my plants, but they're buying them off
It is
me.
very cool because Walmart does support local businesses. They do support business owners. They do support new beginners in business. So that's very doable. It's very doable.
So I've actually my gardening has actually been probably the last thing I've attempted to get into stores with. I've made cooking oils, herbal cooking oils. I sew, like I said, these are my vesties. I didn't make this one. This was actually the constructed version because I like the overall outfit, but I didn't want to keep the bottom. So this kind of inspired all the things that I sew personally. So it's just a gardening. Well, it's the overall top. So I figured out that in construction, the people who wear overalls, they never get this part dirty. They only get the from the waist down. So in my head, I was thinking, well, I need to figure out a way to one because people when they saw me in the streets, they didn't know if I was a gardener or if I was just somebody selling them a product. So my when I used to do door to door pitches, my first thing I would say was, "I'm not selling you anything. I'm offering you a service," and that would kind of alleviate some of the all right, he's trying to sell me knobs or something. You know what I'm saying? So um
So let's hear your pitch.
on my pitch. Oh,
Not knock.
all right. Let's see if I can do it. It's been a while since I've done it. All right. Hi, my name is Marquise Lent. Well, no. Hi, I'm Gardener Goof. I'm a mobile fruit, vegetable, and herb gardener. I build raised gardens to your liking. All I have to do is I don't necessarily have to go into your yard, inside of your house. I can meet you in the backyard. We can do everything in the backyard. We don't necessarily have to be side by side. I can get every measurement that you need, and from that point, we can build the garden that you would like.
I want a garden.
And you got the space too.
Oh yeah, I just said that. I was like, yeah, we got space in the back of my auntie house where we used to have grapevines. Still got a fig tree, got pears, got the little Chinese plums, and I remember picking watermelons and collards like
Mhm.
all the time. And see, it's like a ditch right behind there. So I guess the land is like so moist. Even the next door neighbor have collards, turnips, and all kinds of other greens and stuff out there. So yeah, I mean, like it's gotten serious to the point where this economy needs gardens.
They-
Like the only way that you can actually purchase, like y'all, I seen a bag of oranges for $6.99.
And I love it that I don't know if you guys have small kids or not, but
I can't hear you. What you say?
How
I,
much are they?
I said I've got a grandbaby.
Normally, $4.
I don't look. I just go. I'm a regular human. I just go up in there and just go shop. It's like, man, this the potato a lot.
Cause them $3 is like gas prices.
So
Somebody,
like that's
friend,
something you gotta have. So just go ahead and get it.
I got a friend of mine who works in Walmart. Just left Walmart like an hour or two ago, and I was buying some diapers. Because my last daughter, say that my last daughter was born today. A little chocolate
How
baby.
many you have?
Congratulations.
I have three boys and I have two girls.
Oh,
Okay.
congratulations.
hmm Well, out of my three boys, it's a set of twins. So, you know,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of people are like, you got three kids, it's two pregnancies. but, um, um, but yeah, that's what I normally do. I started off making regular um 4x4, 2x4 gardens. It's 4x4 feet by 4 feet, and then um I just had to go bigger. I know a lot of people wanted the 4x6 wood, which is a little bit thicker. A lot of people wanted the galvanized steel, which is just the metal wood trimming. And actually, this is my first year. This fences that you have on there, this is my first year actually making those.
It's
So
very nice.
I had
Yeah.
a customer who wanted. She just wanted me to try it, and she said, "Do
Now I really like this right here.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a
Very nice.
little
Like,
texture area."
don't this remind you of baby boy a little bit?
it
Just
do.
like you need like a table with
Out of
the.
our herb garden.
I got
Yeah.
my tomatoes.
Coincidentally, that lady, she's a uh called Airbnb, one of the Airbnb people. So
Yeah.
she actually wanted that, and that was the beginning to start up her landscaping project, a little design.
What?
But
Okay.
house does that, so I was the first part of it, and I typically am. I'm typically the first project people do.
We got a celebrity on here.
I know. I
And
know.
so you said you went viral with your. Tell us about that. How you went viral with like we love marketing and advertising type stuff.
I went viral. I'm gonna say two or three times. The first time I went viral, I'm pretty sure y'all seen it. It was about 2 years ago, and I was holding a bamboo stick, and somebody added the caption to it when you tell your little brother to get the switch. And
Mm,
I seen that, and
yeah,
oh my goodness,
yeah,
okay.
I
Okay.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
uh,
When you
that
tell
was
your little brother get the switch and he go get the bamboo stick.
my first with that one. That didn't necessarily get me like notoriety because it was more comedy, but the one that got me pretty big was I've been on TikTok pretty heavy this year,
Okay.
and what happened? I thought of a cool idea because I like so that's my mo. Even though I do what I do, I'm just an inventive person. I like thinking about um the coolest ways of doing what I like to do.
Right.
So like everybody likes gardening, so there's really no way to make gardening cool. So I had to figure that out. So I don't know. One day I was gardening out in my backyard and I was looking over my neighbor's fence, and I said it'd be funny if I just jumped over his fence and built him a garden. And he come outside and see me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm building you a garden. You're not gonna call the police on me. So what's you know what I'm saying?" So I thought
Hold
of a
on.
video.
I don't know if I clicked on it, but you've done that to several neighbors.
Yeah, garden crashers.
Oh wow.
Yes.
A television show. Okay, I like that. We
I've
need to
seen that.
Yeah.
get
So I go to people's. Well, it's my customers. I just kind of edit it my own way and do a voiceover.
Okay.
So most of my customers don't even know I'm gonna do it, but I just enjoy doing it. So I'll build the garden like normal, but I'm so good at catching angles with my camera. So with my cell phone, like this is all on my cell phone on a tripod. I'll just get my certain angles. I put my mask on. I do what I gotta do. I put my little, sneak around, do what I'm doing, And I tell them all, I'll be like, look, if I look like I'm being weird around your yard, I'm just doing little scenes.
Yeah, and it's so amazing how you do it because I think one of them had a Karen in it, if I'm not mistaken, or something. And it was like she was looking at you like, "Get off my property," and you like, "I'm just going to do something." And it was so amazing how you even word everything. I wish I can find it. If I can find it, I will post it on here so everybody can see it. But it's good. But what you're doing is you're showing people the concept of, it's not what it seems all the time. It's exactly you helping someone. And she was like, okay, well, dang, I can't say nothing because you're actually assisting me
Right.
with the garden. So I love that you've done that because they do stereotype men such as yourself if when you knock on their doors. And so I'm so glad that you bringing light to it as well. But also you're doing something to help the economy, the
Yeah,
community, but and even the environment because
yeah,
going green
yeah.
pretty much it's something helping the climate control and everything. So
And you never know what they're putting on our vegetables when they're growing them to make them go ahead and grow faster to sell and reproduce faster. But see, you know what you're putting in your ground and your soil. You know what you're growing. You know it's healthy for your body, and that sometimes causes a lot of sickness in our children and in our elderly. Is because of what they're eating and putting in their body.
that's
I'm a,
true.
a lot of people. I know a lot of people want the best plan, best this, but it's kind of hard. The organic this, the organic. I'm not gonna say it's hard to get it because you can get any of those good seeds, but let's just say some of the original plants we want and need, we can't get them anymore. So we're all familiar with bananas, but the bananas that are the best for us are the ones that don't taste as good, but are small. They're called burro bananas, like
Hmm.
Burro, and we can buy them over here, but we can't necessarily grow the trees over here
Wow,
because it's a natural. It just says one of Dr. Sebi's plants.
it
The
has
first,
to be a climate.
yeah, it's one of
Okay,
those plants. Like
okay,
corn is the same. The best corn is the multicolored corn because those are the original corns. All of the corn that we necessarily eat on cookouts and the yellow corn and stuff like that, that's that those corns were the first award. Um, there's a guy who got an award for making the first patented corn, and I think it wasn't a AACP. It was a white guy. It was
I would say George Washington Carver because he made a lot of stuff, but I think that's the peanuts.
no, I think it was the Pulitzer Prize, or it's
I can look
something.
up.
And um, yeah, he got an award for making the first genetically modified corn. So from there, why I tell people that specifically because that's corn in everything:
okay.
corn meal, corn powder, corn, the tortillas, the chips. Almost everything that we eat, if you look on the back of it, it says corn. Like
Oh,
they have to put corn in everything because it's.
okay, that's good to know. Okay,
Let's see. On another note about my business, uh,
okay,
I have been in business for going on 7 years. I love it, of course. I travel. The one thing about my business most people need to understand with me, I guess, is um, I try to work with everybody in the middle. Let me see. I'm gonna go inside real quick. My light's going down. 1 second.
Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen. Let me see. 1922. The first hybrid corn is produced and sold commercially.
okay.
We do need to learn more about food.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, because you know what I think about? I ain't gonna sit here. I just think about how do mostly all the pictures that you see with our ancestors. and them they're like 100 plus.
Yeah, and
Even
they're in field
Indians.
that's they that's just in our historic history. They've always grown. We've
Their
our
See,
own food.
skin is so clear and clean.
I just
Hmm.
learned something. You know the stereotype that black people eat a lot of watermelons.
Hmm.
Okay. And
The
fried
reason why,
chicken.
I mean, it's not really about the chicken part. It's the watermelons for me. The reason why
Okay.
they stopped doing that is because we was making too much money back then. So they had to insult us by saying we're just watermelon eating people instead of saying, you know, congratulations on making so much money off watermelons that you can take care of your entire family. So they
Yeah.
just
Wow.
now we make fun of people who we make fun of black people for eating watermelons instead of understanding that that was our crop to get us to not go to prison and stuff.
Yeah. If
Wow.
Yeah, they had to take everything from us. So they, like I tell people all the time, like the cops and everything was just made so we couldn't do anything. So from there, everything was illegal. So we didn't have jobs, we didn't have this. Everything
You know
it
that's
was.
why we got citizens arrest off the books, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
oh, yeah.
Because the citizens arrest was really something that were for people a part of the Klan able to arrest other people and do
I'm
what
gonna,
they want.
I'm gonna give you a quick little knowledge right quick. The Declaration of Independence, that is not about anybody except for white men. Men. That's it. That's it.
Oh yeah, we're not in the Constitution.
No, it's not even about black people. It's only about white men.
Yeah,
Like
women's not in there either. Women
yeah,
and black people are not in the Constitution. So when they did the Roe v. Wade, I was so fearful if they're taking away the rights of women, right? Because it's not in the Constitution. What else is in the Constitution? Not in the Constitution that they're able to take away because of the decision that they made of Roe v. Wade.
hmm
Even the privacy, our privacy can leave because that's
yeah,
affiliated with Roe v. Wade.
mm, mm, mm,
I try to tell people politics really do matter
it does.
because that was propaganda that you was talking about that was made back in the day with Sambos and the watermelon.
mm.
Right?
Hmm.
Them eating the watermelon with the black faces, eating it.
Uh
And
huh.
so that was propaganda, meaning that that was what was in the newspapers. That's what people were seeing on a daily basis. So if we don't educate ourselves on why things are the way it is, so think about it. Me and Miss Angela spoke about this the other day. Um, Males with hoodies. When
Yes.
you look, when you look in the in on the paper of who killed someone, it's always someone with a hoodie. So when you see a black male with a hoodie in the street, you automatically raise a flag.
Mm.
You assume something, yeah. And I
Something's
young, but
going. But now y'all done up. It done changed. You
yeah,
know,
my
instead of hoodies, it's the
mind,
dreads.
when you're going
Yeah.
out in public, take the hoodie out. When you're entering a store or restaurant, take the hoodie out. Let those people see your face. Let them see who you are. And it's a shame that I'm
So,
having to raise your old son and tell him that. But I'd rather him be safe than sorry because somebody stereotypes him.
see, I didn't grow up with the hoodie mentality. I used to get popped for having my hands in my pocket. It's just a natural reaction for a guy just to put his hands in his pocket. And
Yeah,
I used to feel crazy just to be like, why can't I have my hands in my pocket?
yeah.
I want you to look
But
like you're stealing. I'm like, mom. So I
That's
was
let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. And you know,
like,
and it was my mom told me that going to the cash register. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands
uh-huh.
because right there was the candy aisle or whatever. And she said, I don't want nobody saying that you stealing. So don't touch nothing. When you go in the grocery stores, you cannot touch anything on the aisles or you can pick out nothing. You couldn't look at anything. So even as an adult, I do not. I'm. It's just because I grew up this way. I do
Hmm.
not pick up items that I'm not going to purchase.
Hmm.
curfew, same thing.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
not pick up. Y'all just reminded me of a habit that I have. When I
Hmm.
walk, I look at the fruit. You know how some people look at their fruit all kinds of ways. I'm looking at it like this, and then I'm like, okay, there go one. I pick it up. Now, if I see something on it, I put it right back because I don't want the trouble, right? And today I spoke to someone that so I'm gonna just say someone who used to be a sheriff, and we were talking about permanently carrying guns, and
Mm.
it's a law in Georgia
Yeah,
where you can actually carry a gun without a permit.
you sure can.
So if
Shot faster.
huh
You get shot faster.
Yeah,
say that say
yeah,
that because no one knows. And also think about the police officers, their guards are already up.
yeah.
So if now you don't know if a person is a convicted felon or not, you can't ask them for the license. What are you going to automatically think when someone have a gun?
Mm-hmm.
How can you know until something bad happens for you to pull
Yeah,
that record? That
yeah.
law needs to come off the books.
Yes,
Because guess what? Have y'all seen how um I promise you, because you can tell in the undeserved area and the low income area, how we have more gun violence ever since they have passed that
we
law.
we do.
It
We
has spiked.
we sure do. A lot more, and it's bad.
Violent accidents. Like I know our little ones want to go out and fight and battle, but we've also heard a lot of stories and a lot of like people like we've listened to that have had guns and have killed somebody by
Oh my
accident.
goodness. I have not, okay, I'm in a small town. I have not heard accidents in a long time.
Yeah,
It's more of gun violence on the streets in the small towns. Um,
terror.
yeah,
It's
it's
it is.
more.
On them as they classify anything we do as terrorism.
Yeah.
But
But accidents, I didn't even think about that. And that's probably what's happening in the bigger cities because think about, I have two girls and I don't want them to get in contact with a gun, at all. And there's people that are irresponsible. See, I used to be a Georgia peace officer. I was a correction officer. So me knowing how to shoot, I shoot 98 at the gun range. So, you know,
I was
you
a piece too, but my
yeah,
my girls are 28
know
and
what
20.
you say?
I ain't trying to get hit over here. I just feel like you can hit me from on the screen.
Center, yes, I can. I can do moving targets, kill shots, center mass. Don't play,
That's A
cause
Yeah,
plus.
you had to pass those tests
you.
at that prison.
Yeah, I was a correction.
I didn't think y'all is dangerous just as like because y'all have the power. They training y'all to have the power. I wonder why they don't consider y'all just dangerous.
But we're not dangerous because we can't even have them inside the
No,
prison.
only if you was outside in perimeter
All
cars.
you have is a pencil and a notebook. And the best thing that you can do is roll up that notebook and go to work. There has
No,
been times that they called me to come to a riot. I said, Clark, Clark is out.
That time,
10-4. I'll be there in a minute.
but
My
as
minutes turned into two
a
minutes.
gates, only the CERT team, but we couldn't take the weapons behind the gate even as a certified officer.
Right. Yep.
You could,
Cannot take the guns in.
yeah, they
my
couldn't behind the gate.
my dad works at the Delaware State Pen. I think it's Delaware. Yeah, Delaware, Baltimore, one of the two up there up north. But yeah, he tells me about his little stories, and I be asking him weird questions. I be like, "You don't nothing be happening up in there?" He be like, "Nah." He said, "Nobody mess with me. I'm OG up in here." I said, "Might go
Well,
across
to
your
be
head."
honest, you okay. They called me the DR Queen because I didn't play and God gave me a gift of remembering faces and names. And so what happens is they had people that come in there that probably was banging on the doors. They were doing what they do because it was a male prison. And I remember being there and I was over a pod. And sometimes mature officers. Well, there was times that it was like fight or flight,
Mm-hmm.
fight or flight. But when I
And then
say
out, I'm
Wow.
going to the front door, stand there and call and wait for help. I don't even go to the back when it was a fight break. I'm like, Dale, stop
there was
somebody.
times that I had to count cells by myself.
Yes. And being a female, I was always on a dorm or with 200 or more inmates by myself. Always.
Yep,
We didn't have,
390
but,
in mine.
but one is
As a
because
male, I'm nervous going to the female side. I'm not going over there. Nah, I'm good. Like it's women over there.
a lot of our prisons have more females than we do men because the men cannot pass the background check. That's
Hmm.
why all of
What?
our facilities now have more female officers than we do male officers.
That makes sense because one misdemeanor weed, you can't get in there.
You can't get in.
Or even that's
So you
why
Y'all,
that
these men facilities.
did they piss test y'all a lot?
I pissed this.
Exactly my point. I hate that right there. Women don't get piss tests for nothing. We get piss tests for everything. Going across the street, let me get some of that urine. We get piss tests for everything. Like like I promise you, my girl, I could talk to her. She'd be like, I ain't never got piss test for a job. How you ain't never?
Now I'm be honest, like to get the job, I had to pee in a cup.
And
Nah,
that
Get
was
the,
it. And that was it.
but
temp service.
but as far as my background's clean, so but as far and then we had to pass the gun test.
The gun right now.
But as far as no, no,
City
we
trend, McDonald's, every job I've ever had, urine test.
well, you
Why?
know, there's disparities and discrimination in all types of ways. It can be male versus female, female versus male. Because
Mhm.
now I know that they're trying to expand Medicaid to men as well when the woman is born. So, I mean, when the baby is born, when the baby is when the woman is having the baby, they're trying
Mhm.
to give leave to men as well because they're saying that the men has something to do with that as well.
Well, the
Man, I
men
want
can now take
stamps.
the men can now take maternity leave though.
Man, I
Okay,
want that food stamps. Like we can get that anyway. We're supposed to get that with most of our jobs anyway. I want food stamps. Like
Yeah.
most of our jobs, they have as a requirement. Like men don't read into it because like our dad didn't do it. So why would we get off work? So it's in there. Most of the jobs, even construction, they'll say you can miss a certain amount of days for your child. But we
Yes.
ask because we just
men don't believe in missing days at all.
because it's a it's a
It's,
slave mentality. But still,
yeah.
Men's like, if I cough, I'm not going to work. If I sneeze, I'm not going. I mean, I'm going to work. They going to
our mom
work.
told us
I mean, and then also you got to make men go to the doctor too.
our mom
Yes.
said that to us. We give us a quick rubber test and go outside. He said
You
outside.
rubber test will heal everything.
Rubber test.
Robitussin. They
It
quill
heals
now.
everything.
They quill and took the spot
I didn't
too
even know
now.
there was two different kinds. Just rubber testing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I didn't even know it day and night. Just rubber testing.
Uh-huh.
Robitussin.
Testing. Not even rubber testing. Just testing.
Tussin.
It
Get that
heals
tussin off the
everything.
shelf. Get that. That's how you know we're in Georgia. Get that tussin.
Just tussling. Tussling. Just tussling all day.
Listen, and I, you know, now I'm gonna tell y'all, I grew up with some elderly people. So y'all had tested. I had a spoon of castor oil.
I did too growing up.
I
I
mean,
had a
damn.
spoon of castor, and then if I
But
had a
we
cold,
for real. Never.
go get the aspirin. I'm talking about the bottle with the white pills, not no Tylenol, no, and break it. And it's the nastiest thing in orange juice. They made me put half an aspirin in orange juice and drink all of it. And then guess what was always left after I drank all the orange juice?
That sound
That
like a
ass.
high,
That little pill.
that sound like a
Oh,
can of Sprite.
What was Sprite? I didn't even know what Sprite was. All we had was orange juice and milk in the refrigerator and Kool-Aid on a good day.
and
Good
it
old
wasn't even orange juice. It was that what was that real bright orange drink?
Tang.
Ye-
Tang.
yes, it was tiny.
See
Honey,
y'all, see y'all. Look, y'all had Tang.
Are we
We
rich?
had we had just the bottle with no label on it, like the jug with no label. That's
The
what we
little
had.
one.
You know, it was just a little square that looked like the milk cart. It looked like the milk jug. And you couldn't tell the difference. The only reason why you knew the difference was because one was orange, the other one was white.
How come
We had
our
the flatter
parents-
eggs in there all the time and loaf of bread.
I
That's
wonder
how.
why our generation of parents like skipped, like just stopped, like like I don't know. Like our grandparent, like my grandmother, when she sees me, she'll say, "Oh, you remind me of your great grandfather. He did this. He was an entrepreneur. He was a gardener." And then like it's like it just stopped once she had her child.
Them 90 babies. I'm not 90 babies. Them what you
70, 78,
yeah,
70.
70 kids with the 90 babies.
but you know, going back in history, whatever our foreparents did, that's really what's in our genes, and we'll find ourselves doing the exact same things that our great grandparents did, and we don't even know it until you sit down and go through the family history. But what you're doing right now, it's in your genes. This came from someone
Yeah.
in your family. that enjoyed doing this.
Mhm.
Even down to the sewing. My grandmother, she was a seamstress in Virginia. My mom sews just to sew, like hem stuff together and all that stuff. And then I just started sewing in 2 years ago. I just wanted to try it because I can't buy this and just cut it up because that'd have been a waste of money to try to resell it. So I
Yeah.
was like, all right, let me try it out. And my grandmother saw me doing it. She gave me some tips, some advice, and then I just kind of took off from it. So like my mother, she was more of an idea person. Like she wanted to make up just ideas. She wanted to
Hmm.
date center. She wanted to do this. She wanted to do that. Just jobs kind of held her down. But
Yeah.
she worked at the post office all her life, most of my life, and to this day. So
Uh-huh.
it's just the job thing kind of made her not want to do it.
And
And
that's growing up like that. We were turnkey kids. You knew, stay at home, lock that door. We didn't have babysitters. We was each other babysitter. Now these people hire babysitters. Really? That's what you got brothers and sisters for.
my girlfriend just called me that, a latchkey kid. And I looked at her. I said, I heard that term, but what is it? She said, you was one of those kids who had a key. I said, man, I had a key from
That's
fifth
right.
grade.
You locked yourself in the house until your parents came home. That's right.
I had to walk my. I had a key from fifth grade, and my little brother he had to been second, third grade, and I'd
Yeah.
walk wherever. I had to literally wait for him to get off the bus to open up my door. Actually, he get off. Yeah, we get off the bus first because he was older, which is
Yeah.
weird. And then I unlock the door. He come in, and my mom would probably be home like an hour, hour and a half
Oh,
later.
that was me. I'm the oldest of three girls, and we watched each other. We didn't have a babysitter. Our parents wasn't home when we got off the school bus, but we knew to go in that house and don't come back out until they got home from work. And we knew not to have other kids in that house.
I mean, we still did it though, but
We did. Our dad put the fear in us.
See, I had my friends, so I didn't do it. It was my guy friends. We just come over there. They might play a game. They might play basketball in the front yard, but it wasn't nothing. I ain't
Yeah.
do. I wasn't like a bad child. I was sheltered.
Yeah.
I couldn't leave the neighborhood type stuff.
That was us. Our yard was fenced in, and all the kids would ride their bikes up and down the road. We'd have to ride round and around the house inside the fence.
Ooh, I feel you on that one.
That was most definitely us.
Well,
Go ahead.
I don't think I was sheltered. Yes, I was. Because let me tell you something. I remember I remember walking through the hallways in school earlier. Like, okay, y'all know in high school, y'all, I just ran from outside and back in the house and y'all didn't even know it.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, like in school, I was early in okay, this was kind of child I was. I'll get all my books. My dad was like, you got a routine. Wake up in the morning and you get your life together. I had to put my phone in the medicine cabinet. No, he takes my phone and put it in the medicine cabinet, but he didn't know I knew where it was. So like here I am in the morning, get my books. I get on the bus. It was a routine every day. My daddy was so military like, so he was in the Air Force, but he had got dropped off because he had a heart murmur, whatever. He dropped out of the military, whatever. Discharged. That's what they call it. So when I got to school, the first thing I did, because there were people watching me in school, and I knew it, I felt it. Because if I were to stop and talk with everybody that was friendly and, be sociable, man, somebody was calling my daddy and my dad would pop up in the school. And yes, my daddy would pop up in the school and nobody wanted him to come to the school. And like even the principal did not want him to come to the school because daddy was like, okay, what you did, I said, I ain't did nothing. He said, you did something because it's hard to be good and easy to be bad.
So you just get in trouble. That's the only thing I can think of.
For no reason. But then it was, but see, he coached all the dudes at school. So I was sheltered. Like he coached all the dudes, so the dudes wouldn't even look at me. When prom came, it was so hard for me to even find a date for prom. Everybody was like, no.
Not your daddy. I felt.
I'm serious.
I break
And
my
so
prom. It's suicide. I'm straight.
That's it. That's it. And so, but we have to bring fathers back into the homes.
We do.
We
We
have
do.
to. I was reading this political. I thank
But
God to my political director.
there's the fathers are beginning to be so young that they don't know how to be fathers. But the women, we're always mom and dad in the home. Always.
You know
Especially
what? I read a politic book. My political director, who's awesome, he gave me a book and he was like, "Read this." And it taught me about welfare. It taught me about everything that actually involves politics. What I found out in there, they said the reason why most people are low income um, families or households are staying in the poverty cycle is because it is female ran.
hmm
And women are emotional spenders.
but not everybody. Because I feel like I'm raising a young man, and I feel like I'm teaching him value of money, and I feel like I'm teaching him about life and how to be prepared for life. My son can get up and he can come in here and cook him a meal. And he knows how to clean the kitchen. He can go in there and wash his clothes and fold them up and put them up. This is what our young men and young women need to know: how to take care of yourself outside of the home and away from your parents. That's what we're not teaching anymore. We're not teaching them how to survive outside of the
Well, I think you're sort of different, but the households I think they were talking about is mainly the ones that continue the cycle. They don't do anything to change it. They know some females don't know it's a problem to go get their hair, nails, and makeup and all this stuff done and forget that the children need grocery in the refrigerator.
hmm
Sometimes we don't put our kids first, and that's the problem. But also, what does that mean to people putting our kids first? Sometimes when they do something wrong, like I had to go to school by mine, and when I went to school, I corrected her in front of the teacher instead of saying, "Oh, no, you good," and then be mad with the teacher. No,
Yeah,
I know my child,
yeah,
and I know the truth.
yeah.
I know if she did it or not. And also, you're not going to tell me over the phone that she did it. We're
And
going to sit down and think about this thing.
show up. Don't call. Don't text. Parents, show up at these schools. Show up. Be heard. Show You don't. A lot of them don't even know their kids' teachers. Show up to the schools. Introduce yourself. Like when something go on, this is who you're gonna see. You're gonna see me 24/7. This is who you're gonna see. Let them know who you are. And then the teachers you need a relationship with the kids' teachers. You need a relationship.
Before me and my first child's mother got into it, she went to Ohio. It's a long story, but before that, every principal every principal that all three of my boys went to knew me. Every teacher knew me. Everything knew me. Like they wasn't even staying with me, and I would always go up to the school, or I would always everything. Cause I know my boys. Like you said, I know my boys. I know my oldest part. He was actually at Wadsworth. He was in the magnet school out there in Decatur. Um, um, he got in there. I don't know. Wadsworth is pretty cool. It's an elementary that's treated like a middle school, only
Okay.
fourth through sixth graders. And he got in there. It was pretty cool. He got a student a month, which he didn't ever think he was expect to get. But mom, she took him out of school. Long story, but um, like yeah, like it's and listening to what y'all saying. My first one is someone like that because we had the children young, so he might be in the mentality of trying to um in a sense, put herself first in a weird way because since we had the children young, I feel like that she never had a chance to do that herself. So that might be another reason why.
Insecurities, self confidence.
I don't even think it's that. It's just the mentality of knowing that between the ages of whatever and whatever you're supposed to be doing this, but you're not. You're spending money taking care of a child.
Yeah, you missed out on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I talked to Angela now. I'm like, well, the sad part is I could have done whatever I want in my 20s, but I chose to read and educate myself. I'm like a self teacher. I'm self-taught. I feel like there's two different types of learning. There's institutional learning, and then there's a way that you can actually teach yourself. Everything is available to you at the library.
Mm-hmm.
And when you understand that, because I grew up with encyclopedias, like my aunt, I was trying to figure out why I made straight hundreds in school because I was like, why do I keep making hundreds and I don't have to really study? It was because, okay, um, get your food. Go ahead, get your food.
You had to
Sorry,
read a
y'all. Huh?
you was one of the dictionary readers because your mom had made you read a dictionary.
Not the dictionary, the encyclopedia. My mama didn't make me read. My mom was at work, but my auntie and my grandma, they sat me down and they like instilled this in me when I was in my adolescent years. So like they taught me how to understand and dissect words and through an encyclopedia. Like there, a root canal is in an encyclopedia. Like how to do it. So how to is in books like if you go pick up an encyclopedia from A through Z, you're learning things, everything that's in life. You can survive off of that book. You can learn how to garden. You can learn how to create an irrigational system for a farm. It really teaches you everything that the villagers know. And so I was trying to figure out why my auntie and my grandma and them was always saying, look, grandma and them, because it was them, um, why they was always saying you're so smart because I was able to catch on. See, they were in their 60s or 70s and they were sharecroppers. So smart people were the people who could have that common sense. Like when somebody tell you to do something, like you remember it and you do it accurately to exactly how they say do it. And I thought smart was when you go to school and just make a good grade or make 100. No, when you remember, when you can talk to people, understand what people are saying, when you can comprehend,
Hold a conversation.
hold a whole conversation.
Look them in the eyes.
Yes, yes, and that's what we got to train our kids to do. But we also got to remember and learn how to speak over our kids. I always tell my son every day. I make him do an affirmation before he get out of the car. I am amazing. I am knowledgeable. I am an amazing ninth grader. He plays football, and I make say I am an NFL player. We got to install into our kids. Speak over your life now. I am a millionaire. We got to let them know how to speak into their life, and we got to sow seeds into their lives also. We have to speak over our children and teach them how to speak over themselves. Because if we don't teach them, who will?
So I'm gonna say real quick. I'm not gonna say my phone's about to die dying soon, but um, listen to you about the books and everything. See, I grew up. The one thing I will not pass on to my children because I'm a great speller. Like even if it's words I don't understand to spell, I get real close to it. But it's because my mom made me read a dictionary. Like any word she spell, I had to read it, which don't make sense logically because if I can't spell it, I can't find it. But for some reason, I was able to do it. So I don't know if it helped me or
It
whatever.
helped.
But
Yeah,
It
yeah,
so
it created diction for you.
yes.
yeah, so
And it
for
how to
I
go
didn't
back and
read
research.
though.
It taught you a lot of things you didn't even know
People
that
can't
it
just
did.
tell you anything.
It taught you how to go back and
What I actually read growing up was how-to books. So you read encyclopedias. My mom had a bunch of them old school like them real old school books, like them the hardcover books that said like how to make toilet paper rolls onto airplanes, how to make a kite from home, just weird stuff like that. How to
Yeah.
use your. I used to like literally. I used to literally be really happy. I couldn't wait until we used up all the tissue rolls so I could make me this giant snake out of string. So that's where I get my creative side because I just read creative things. Want
uh-huh.
to do that. Plus, my mom, my family are entrepreneurs, but
Hmm.
I'm the only one that wants to make a business out of it, like forever. Like
Yeah,
everybody, like do it short term or make it a side hustle. And I
yeah.
was like, I don't want to work for nobody because I know my worth,
That's right.
and I know that like I can ask for $32 an hour, but I'm not going to be satisfied. I'll be more satisfied with the ending. I was more satisfied with the ending photo. Like I would do construction, I would do landscaping work, And once I stepped back and took a photo of it, that's
Uh-huh.
more happy with it opposed to getting it checked. So
Uh-huh.
like now, like all the photos that I like that above photo, like I was standing on top of my truck to get that angle. Like I wanted to see that. Like I
Yeah.
was holding a tripod. I was trying to get that angle,
Yeah.
timer. Because I wanted people to see, like see it from the view I wanted to see it from.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like you got to use what you got to use. So
You have an eye for it. And it's
yeah,
really art. It's really an art. You have a from art that you do.
It is art.
It is
It's a good art.
I,
It's good art. You'll never
you
go
are
hungry.
way.
so I want to make the gardening interesting. So I did the garden crashers. My TikTok handle is I want to say it's Gardner Goof. It's Gardner GARDNNA underscore.
Follow
Uh,
him, Gardner Goose.
yeah. I think I hit 50K on there in like 3 months. Like I've doing TikTok for about a year and a half. Last 3 months, it just shot up like 20K because of them garden crasher videos. I've been doing like gardening for dummies, where I'd go up to like a rosemary and be like, what this plant is, but it smells delicious, and I just pretend like I don't know what it is, and they just be like, oh, people comment, that's a rosemary. I grow that. My family been doing this for years. I'm like, as long as you interact, I don't care. And the highlight one that I want to advertise, which would be on my YouTube page, is YouTube is it should just be you just type in reverse society, like going backwards, reverse, and then the word society, and I should pop up there, or you can just type in Garden of Goof on YouTube. But I want to. One of my favorite childhood TV shows was Pokemon, so I
It
incorporated
got
Pokemon.
you.
Yeah, so I incorporated on plant. So I call instead of it. So I named the show "Who's That Plant." So
Did you play with the cards?
yeah, I made my own cards. Like
Oh Lord.
like I like if you go to YouTube and type in Gardener Goof and you see my stuff, like I made 3 episodes so far. My first episode was Swiss chard. My second one was I think it
I
was
played with the cards and I started buying the little circle things that we were throwing out at the I played yeah.
Pokeball.
I had the little balls, the red and white balls. Like
Listen, I bought a Pokeball. It's an actual size Pokeball. I bought a Pokédex, the actual little thing that talks.
yeah.
I bought one of those. I made the cards fit it, so whenever I do it, I'll put the card inside of it and I'll lay it down and I'll get like a nice
We lost
envelope.
Angela. We lost Angela.
Um, I don't
Wait,
know
all right. So you watch Pokemon? You didn't watch Pokemon?
about no.
Angela,
Huh?
did you watch Pokemon?
I didn't do the Pokemon era.
Okay, so do you remember? Okay, so you understand the concept of it. They're just trying to collect all of the little animals that have powers, right?
I remember that dragon came out. It was like a big old dragon. I remember the blue one with the water. I remember
Yeah,
all of them. I was
oh yeah.
Power Ranger too now. I was the yellow one.
I could do a whole segment on Power Rangers. I don't want to do Power Rangers my little segment because I feel bad for the Power Rangers because they that was the original pimp. Like they pimped the original Power Rangers,
Oh yeah, yeah. Now it's all kinds of Power Rangers out there, but the,
but they
the OGs.
they're keeping the same temp service vibe. 'Cause that's all it is, a temp service.
Mm.
But
But you know what? Also, those shows that came on. That's I think it was a channel. I don't remember what channel it was, but we had Moesha. We had In the House. We had all these family channels that we could
We
watch.
did times.
Oh, do you remember? Do you remember in on Saturday mornings? It was Oh my goodness, Saturday morning we watched it was like school kids. I can't remember what it was called.
Albert,
Huh?
world,
What is it?
Fat
different
Albert,
world.
No,
a different world, different
no.
struggle.
But on Saturday mornings, every Saturday, like while we was in school, like we wake up in the morning and it was
The little rascal.
cartoons like
Oh,
I,
Degrassi.
and it was something like Hey Arnold came on stuff like that. But it was
Oh, era. Doug.
Okay, hold on, Doug. Okay, Doug is the Nickelodeon. Y'all had cable. Uh, y'all
What's the
watched
cartoon?
Nickelodeon, Nick Cannon, and all them, and yeah, Amanda show.
Are you
Oh,
talking about humans? Or are you talking about cartoon?
It was like a cartoon. Like he probably know Cousin Skeeter.
Come on, Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold was one, but it was something. I think it was Saturday Morning Kids, and these kids always doing something. But it was on the playground all the time. Recess. I think
Punky
it's called
Brewster.
Recess. I think it's called Recess.
A bad kid.
Hold
They
on,
were
y'all. Construction worker just walked in. He has an awesome, amazing business. You can find him also on Facebook and Twitter, and he know all these old school cartoons. So I'm gonna bring him on and tell y'all about these old school cartoons.
He come back and flip his tape.
You know what? I'm be honest. I had a dream. Hey, have a
I'm
seat
on
with
live.
us.
I'm live. We
You
live,
are
baby.
live.
Y'all know anything about Thundercat, Dragon Ball Z?
What you know
Dragon
about
Ball
Street Sharks?
Z.
What you know about Street
Ed,
Street
Ed, and Ed.
Fighter. I got one. I got the Street Fighter. Yeah, there was a show and a game.
What about Street Sharks?
Street Sharks. Yeah, I
It
know
was
that.
rollerblades.
Man, come on, man. I know that. What you talking about, man?
Thunder, all that stuff. What's his name? Ren and Stimpy, all that
I
stuff.
watched the Jetsons.
Oh yeah.
Jason, that was a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? That shit that we with the Flintstones, Scooby Doo, all that shit.
All right.
I got one.
Boondocks.
What about Adam Ant?
Who?
Adam Ant.
Adam Man.
The little ant that used to fly around with superpowers.
Yeah, I know that was.
Do y'all remember? Y'all remember sneaking to watch BET at night?
Oh yeah, Uncut. That was our show.
But it wasn't even. But it wasn't even. It wasn't even what we see today.
Tip
Oh,
drill.
no. What's on TV today ain't the same.
It ain't the same.
Oh, the
106 in Park.
It ain't that. It just that there's a lot of exposure to a whole bunch of other stuff. Everybody, they training off everybody else. So everything that everybody got going on and they doing and that they publicize, not nothing that we grew up on. See, when we came up, all that publicity that's out now, it wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have the phones that they got now. We didn't have the social media that they got now. So it's a lot of
What
social
type of phone?
media now.
I had a sidekick.
We ain't got the internet. Let's talk about that. We was the kids.
We did well.
I was phone and do my flip.
Did y'all put the CD in y'all computer?
All I did was download phones and music and songs.
Only thing we played on our phone was the Snake game.
Oh yeah.
Snake in the
Snake game.
I played the rat and mouse thing, the cheese.
That was all it was on our phone then. None of that
All
was
we
on
did was Soldier Boy ringtone. All we did was
I think that was better than Adderall though while y'all playing because that had you focusing on that computer, like sitting there just focusing on the snake for a long period of time.
No, my yeah.
Thing is though, that's when we were playing our games and we was into our shows. It was just there, and it was there for us to have something to look at. But it ain't the same now. Everything they got going on now.
Everything is reality shows on YouTube.
What was that game?
I'm dealing with violence or separating the world from the world.
What was that little game lines on it? Like when nobody knew how to play it, but we all just wanted to see if we could. It was whenever you had the original computers, it was always equipped with the computer. It was the pinball
Galaxy.
Nah, it was it was like Minecraft, but it was the mines. Like
I know. I know it was like the little bombs. It was like little it was like little bombs on there.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to play it today.
We didn't play no game. We just pressed it. It was all right. We didn't blow up this time.
We had the little box. You know how they got the game. The Nintendo little game thing. We had one.
I had a Nintendo 64, and I know you're talking about the little purple thing with the two. Like if somebody give me that right now, it's over.
Yeah,
it was telemark.
Now, what level did y'all stop at with Mario?
Mario.
I wasn't a Mario person. I wasn't a Mario.
Oh my good Marquis.
But
game.
you know, I like the Mario, but I like the Crash. You had Crash.
I had
Yeah,
played. Okay,
yeah.
Crash. I
I
You
played
can't.
had
most of
Right.
the Disney games.
you had
Lion
Turok.
King.
Yeah, you had Turok.
Y'all play the Lion King?
No, I don't know about that.
Lion King.
PlayStation.
Nah, that was out there. That was I'm talking back when it was.
Oh, I know. I was just curious because
Yeah,
I had all the little analog stick games. I had all that stuff. I'm
yeah.
just
It was back there when the Nintendo. The
Oh,
Nintendo.
but Mario though, y'all, I'm so serious. I only went to 8-8, and I stopped.
like Crash Bandicoot. Like, did you ever beat Crash Bandicoot?
See, those are game. That's all mofo played then. Mario, Sonic. You know what
But
I'm saying?
the
Pac-Man
what's
was back. Pac-Man was most of
Pac-Man? I mean,
Oh
machine game.
yeah,
they
Pac.
done made
No.
Pac-Man moved every year.
Galaga. I was Galaga. What you talking about? Dig Dug? Galaga? What you talking about?
Gallagher. What
Yeah,
was the thing?
y'all
There was
don't know about that.
Tomb Raider been out. Tomb Raider.
You don't know about it. You talking about the block Tomb
okay.
Raider.
So let me hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Resident Evil.
Mortal Kombat. Play with it.
Yeah.
Donkey
What to
Kong.
come back? Killer. What y'all know about Killer Instinct?
What you know about Free Willy?
Huh?
Yeah, what you know about Free Willy? Echo. No, not even Free Willy. Echo. It's called Echo.
Echo. Yeah, it wasn't called.
Golfing game.
What's-
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
I'm
exactly.
trying to
It was
get
that little
that game.
dolphin. You know how we put on TikTok and they be trying to dodge the stuff up and down with their little thing? That's what Echo was, where they just
Yeah.
up and down and you just
I
echo.
know what you talking about.
What you talking about? We had that duck shooter game at the house too.
Like that.
That came on Nintendo.
I
Yeah.
never.
That was with the orange. That was the
Orange
orange.
controllers.
It had the orange gun on.
Hey, you ain't lived unless you had a squared Nintendo.
That's all.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lived. If it was
Nah,
not squared, if you had the PlayStation, you ain't lived.
I was upset
If
as
you didn't have the square games that you had to stick in the thing like that,
The cartridge Nintendo, the control you had to blow the tape.
you had they have not lived.
and
Yeah.
you know the funny thing is that thing literally says do not do that.
All right, okay. Like green light.
But they work when you blow, you don't blow.
It literally says don't get wet, and that's the first thing.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
you ain't blow.
yeah. And then
You
you
ain't
get
blow,
mad.
they do it, man.
Right.
Yeah, that is
You had
dang.
to blow.
That
Well,
was them the good days. Those
I'm gonna have
were the
to
good days.
That
I'm gonna
went
because
straight.
I don't want my phone to hang up on y'all. Okay.
All right. But y'all, I appreciate y'all coming on. Oh, red light, green light, drinking out the water hose.
Hey, by the way, I'm drinking.
Yeah. I still just drink out of water hose, man. I had a cup.
You had a cup.
Go to my friend's house. Hey man, let's get something to drink out the hose. Give me some ice.
Hey, get out there. We were drinking well water.
That's it.
It's,
And, no, you had to go
deep
to
in
the
the
well, and
water.
the ants was coming up your legs as you were drinking the water.
You
Yeah,
too
we were
deep in the
drinking
trench,
well
dog.
water. We were drinking, you know what I'm saying? We ain't know nothing about no
I'm talking about
like
you get ant bit. You trying to get thirsty. When you're thirsty,
that.
ants come
You
up
can
your
fuck
legs.
water from right there.
I would have had salmonella a long time ago with that well water. A long time ago.
I was run deep.
Oh,
Exactly, man. That's
I
bad
was
water.
run deep.
I'm talking about Covington. I used to have ticks on me playing them sticks, so if I would have drank anything
Oh
out,
no! See, you in the real woods. We was just
That's where I'm at in the real wood.
in the
you
real woods.
We had an
don't even
outhouse.
see those no more.
In the house. We had an outhouse.
Nah. Y'all
Water
go way
bugs,
back. No.
water bugs no more. They got roaches.
No.
What's it? They're like, I got water bugs. What's that? The little thing with the pictures on it. Oh no, we got
They know the water book here no more.
water bugs that came after the rain. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Cleanliness of
Cow,
cow.
you don't see cow ants like that no more.
You got roaches? Like now you skip water bugs, my boy.
The big red ants, the one that you try to kill, that they don't never die. Yeah,
Right.
I'm telling you, y'all talking about fire ants.
yeah. No, they call cow ants.
Oh, yeah, the big
No, I seen one
They red,
yesterday.
like they got a little
They
fur
red
on.
and black, look like a bee.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like they
yeah.
got the fur on.
I heard
Yeah.
when one of them bite you, it's over with.
like
Nah,
bees without wings.
they hurt like hell. That's
yeah,
it. It just hurt. It
but
hurt.
let me get off this phone. I don't want to hang
All
up.
right,
Thank
y'all.
you.
I appreciate y'all, Angela.
If you want me to come back on next Monday, just let me know. You know, I ain't got no problem doing it.
All right. Hey, we don't mind you coming back. This
Yeah,
was
all right.
good.
I'm gonna let Drake tell you how to reach him. He's a construction worker. He build decks. He does add-ons and stuff. Tell him how to reach you for any work.
478-454-7260. Y'all can hit me up on Facebook. The Drake Xander, that's my name.
All right, all right.
Hey,
Company.
Gardner, tell them how they can reach
Henderson Good
you
Entrepreneur.
if they need that garden or they want them vests.
All right, if y'all want to give me a call, my number is 470-725-6186. You can go on Facebook at Reverse Society, email, or you can message me there. Message me on TikTok. There should be Garden_Goof. Instagram is Reverse State Goof. If you want to email me, it's really just Marquise_Landy at yahoo.com. It's not really that serious. I'm a book. People can contact me. They can call me whatever time they want to. They can message me anywhere. But I'm everywhere, y'all.
All right, y'all. I'm Mickey
Just let
Brown.
me know.
I'm candidate 169 of Coffee, Turner, Irwin, and Tiff County. These are young people on the move. Y'all got to help support. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day. Bye.
You
Good
too.
night.
Good night.